Hello everyone, welcome to Adapted Sports Focused. I'm your host, Mike York, and today I'm proud to present two of my favorite people in this world today, Paul Prangoffer and Scott Young. Hello fellas, how are you?
All right, good, thanks. Thank you for having us here today.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you. It was a pleasure, and this is going to be fun. We're gonna talk about We Love to Play, and we'll discuss that in a little bit, but let's give a little bit of your backstories.
Well, I guess it started with floor hockey back in elementary school. Third grade, about third grade, I would presume, and just started playing it. And after a couple of years, I made me captain, and we used to play like in gym class, and it was a good time. And it's kind of how I got started in the floor hockey part of We Love to Play.
And I started playing when I was in like third or fourth grade in elementary school a few years ago. And once I was done in high school and didn't have a gym class to participate in anymore, I was looking for another outlet to be able to play. And We Love to Play came along a little bit later in my life. And I've been participating with it since it started over 20 years ago. So I've been involved with floor hockey, softball, adaptive soccer, even our version of touch football.
Definitely, and I'd like to add more about Paul and his credentials. You know, he started out as a coach. He's been around this game for over 40 years, and he's the man around the sport, and he's got the gray hair to prove it. But
Yes, he does.
But yep, he's now known basically doing 30 plus years of roughing, and you do not want to cross this man when you are coaching and as a player. And I'm just so glad that you are here with us. And Scott, you are here with us, and you've taught me a lot with We Love to Play. I met you in We Love to Play, and it's I'm glad both of you are here.
I learned most of what I know today from Paul. He used to be my coach. He was my first high school floor hockey coach. And when I was playing high school hockey, I looked up to him. And I remember my parents saying, well, you know, Paul can do it, why can't you? And honestly, that was a good lesson because it's like, well, if he can do it, why can't I?
Yeah.
I mean, so I learned a lot about life, not just sports. But sports was a big thing, but you learn a lot about life playing sports.
And for myself, after high school, I did coach for about 3 or 4 years in the high school league. And then I took about a 2 or 3 year break. And a very good friend of mine, Tony LeBon, invited me to start officiating. And I am proud to say that this fall, I will be starting my 35th year of officiating adaptive high school sports.
Wow, that's incredible. And just goes to show you with We Love to Play, what we're going to talk about here is it's kind of about life, you know. Mm-hmm. After you graduate from the adapted sports, it's like, what do we do now? You know, a lot of us go off to college and then come back, mm-hmm. and there's just not that athletic, prowess anymore in our lives, and we're trying to fill that, and that's what We Love to Play does. And so my question is, how did that get started?
Well, it got started by a very good friend of mine coming with the idea, Charlie Brose. Charlie approached me one day and said, you know, we need to get something going out there for people that are out of high school and maybe a little bit more into their lives, working or whatever. And so 20 some years ago, I think we started doing our first sessions at the Courage Center. And at first, our groups weren't real large, maybe 10, 15 people. Yeah. And we've grown today. Like there are some Saturdays when we're doing our program where we might have 30 plus people there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really blossomed into something beyond what we had thought when we first got together. I think we started like what you said. I think we were sitting in a bar actually. And it was after our old sports league I think Paul mentioned Tony LeBon had started. It was his last year.
Right.
And we thought, man, we still want to play.
Yeah.
Yes. And we all sat down about 4 or 5 of us sat down and said, why not?
And that's kind of how we got it started going again.
Yep.
You know, the biggest part was trying to find a place where we could play that was somewhat centrally located that people could get to easily. And the
Right.
Courage Center in Golden Valley was just the ideal spot.
It's perfect because we get a lot of people that ride public transportation to get there. So
Mhm.
Definitely beforehand, before Metro came in. Now it's even easier to get here with Metro, but yeah, then you have the bus stop right there, and so
Yes.
it's
Right.
really easy for people with disabilities who don't always drive to come out and
exactly.
and have a good time. And
Mhm.
is there any more story behind how it all got started? How, like, the fundraising maybe you had to do, or
Well, we really,
talking?
in the early days, I don't know if we did so much fundraising. I don't think in the early days, and Charlie would be the one to ask about this. I'm not sure we even had to pay for the gym rental back then, which you know, we do today. So it is important for us to do some fundraising activities. But you know, one of the things that we have strived to do over the 20 years is to keep it affordable so that
Right.
anybody can play. And you know, basically, I believe over the last number of years, we've kept our fees as low as possible. And we've done some fundraiser things over the years now too. A couple of years ago, we did a fundraiser over at a bar in St. Paul that I thought went really, really well.
It was
Um,
Definitely.
Yep. And then we've also been very fortunate to have some donors that have given to our group. We are a nonprofit, and helped us with some of the other things that we needed to help with, like maybe equipment, or if we needed to carry insurance, making that insurance
Right.
payment for us, etc.
And like Paul said, we had a lot of great donations. Like we had this one organization that donates for our hazard insurance, or so that we can run in case somebody gets hurt. Somebody pays that on a yearly basis for us,
Yes.
Nice.
and that really helps.
Definitely. Yeah, I went to the fundraiser, and that was a blast, and it was the Wild Times.
Yes.
Wild Times
Yeah.
in St. Paul.
That
yeah.
that was great, and we had, you know, people auctioning off great stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
we had basketballs that
Right.
were autographed.
You're right. We had a lot of donated stuff that Paul, myself, and a few other guys got together and went around and got a lot of donations.
And it's fun to go out and do that because places are really willing to donate
Right.
to a good cause,
Right.
and to a organization like ours. That, you know, it not only does it help us, but I like to call it, it gives them a good feeling also.
Right.
Definitely. So yeah, it's really fun, and the sports we do offer are soccer, which is actually just new, and we do floor hockey. That's our probably most popular. We also do a version of football, which is quite interesting.
To
Yes,
say
it
the
is.
least.
We play-
Run! Catch!
And what's so fun about each of the sports is we kind of follow basic rules, like you would like in floor hockey. We follow basic hockey rules, but the rules have also been adapted so that anybody can play. And for example, for me, I have no arms. I was born without my arms, and so I can legally use my left foot as my stick, and I'm allowed to kick the puck into the net. Where you know, in normal ice hockey, you're not able to do that. And you know, we've set it up so that people in wheelchairs can participate to their fullest. And one of the things about we love to play is we strive to make sure that everybody gets to play and gets to play an equal amount of time. That's really important.
Right.
Definitely, yeah. So, because you're translating from the high school league, and the high school league, when we have adaptive sports, it's very competitive. It's kind of a lot of the times it's all about winning, and
Yeah.
and so some of the kids that do show up to our program really get given more time to shine and play that they otherwise wouldn't in high school, and so that's always fun to see. We always have the little guys that show up, and they always play, and that's the guys that are lifelongers, and I really enjoy watching those guys.
Yeah, it seems like those are the type of people that stick with us for
Right.
a long, long time, and maybe not the best athletes that are out there.
Right.
But and it's fun to see them blossom and have fun. And it's more than playing sports. It's camaraderie that's been built with all of us. We might go out there and we'll play hard, but when the day's done, we're all friends, and we do things together and go places together afterwards, and that's just part of the socializing that I think is so important.
Definitely, yeah. We go out to like a Big Louise, and we have good. Most of these guys don't get a good what we call quality adult time, and with here we're here a family. We're having fun and making fun of each other and just having a good old time at Big Louie's, and that's actually what sports is all about to me. And
Yeah, like you said, it's fun in sports. It's more of kind of a place to meet people, maybe even grow a little bit as a individual, as a person.
definitely, I know for you, Scott, yeah, you ran into a friend of yours that you hadn't talked to in a long time, Dave Berquist, and through sports you got back together and rekindled that lifelong friendship you guys have.
Yeah, you're correct. I played with Dave Berquist in high school. We played on the St. Paul Independence, and Paul was our coach. And we played through high school, and about 10th or 11th grade, and I think our team got dismantled or kicked out of the league or something. But then through sports, I ran into Dave Berquist again, and we've been good friends ever since. And there was about, between high school and the time I ran into him, probably about a 5 to 10 year period where I didn't know he even existed. So, and now, he comes over at least to my house once every couple of weeks. And we just go out, hang out, and do whatever. So,
Yeah. And that's kind of the same for me. I mean, there's a couple of the people that I get together with on a regular basis. We might get together and just have breakfast together. And are we talking about sports? Maybe, but sometimes we're just talking about life things.
Right.
Life things that are going on with us. And, sometimes as an individual with a disability, the best mentor or person that you could have to maybe give you some advice on how to do or come up with ideas is like the person sitting next to me, like Scott, where he might say, I've done this way. Maybe you want to give it a try and see how it works out for you.
Definitely, yeah. Like I had a friend named Brett Johnson, and he played on a different team, and we always used to have some battles, and we were friends off the court, and I was able to connect through We Love to Play again, and now we hang out and do stupid and fun stuff all the time.
I've seen your stupid thing.
Yeah, we do a lot of
Funny as heck.
yeah, but it's fun. So anybody wanting to reconnect with an old friend and who played sports, come on out and have a good time, and yeah. So
I think over the last 20 years, we've had over about 100 to 150 different people that come out. So you're bound to run into somebody that you knew at one point earlier in your life.
Yeah, and I think that's just so important to establish those friendships, and we can say things and do things with each other that maybe we wouldn't necessarily let somebody that doesn't have a disability do. We might get a little upset with them, but but it's fun, and we just have a great time.
It's part of the camaraderie that we have.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, as I'm getting older and I'm coaching more, and I'm sending my kids who've graduated to the program, it's fun to see as a coach to watch them grow up and become adults, and I really enjoy doing that. And
that's been one of the fun things for me that you mentioned, that Mike, is I don't know how many different athletes I've seen over the years with the high school league, but it's really fun for me to run into them maybe 5 years beyond high school or even 10 years beyond high school, and to find out what they're doing with themselves and how their life has changed. And it's so rewarding to see what some of these folks have done. And for person A, it might have been that they went off to college,
Right.
and got a degree and are working somewhere. For somebody else, It might be that they're working in a different situation, and that's the best thing that they could be doing. So I always get excited when
Yeah.
they tell me about what they're doing with their lives.
Definitely, just it's like you said. This program is all about being team building and having friendships, lifelong friendships, and that's what really We Love to Play is about. And we just do it through sports, and we share stories and about our playing days. That's always fun. And if you guys got any playing stories you have, you can share.
Yeah, well, I've got one that I can share, and this involves you, Mike. 2 years ago, my goal. I'm going to be 63, and I'm really proud of my age. And I had just turned 60, and Mike and I ever played on the same team, and Mike set me up absolutely perfect on a pass. All I had to do was take my foot and plunk the puck into the net. I hit the post. Puck came right back to me. I hit the post a second time. And it was so funny. You came up to me after that game. It was our last game of the year, and you looked at me. You cost me the scoring championship.
Yes, yes, you did. I had the overall points, and I lost by one.
Yep. And you razzed me a little bit, but that's what it was about, just giving me a little bit of razzing about it, and that's part of what it's about.
Yeah, definitely.
And for me, watching the other athletes that come out to our program and seeing some of the successes they have, like an individual who might never score a goal, get a goal.
Right.
That is so exciting to see for them.
Oh, the smile is like, it's amazing.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think you still hold the record for the oldest person to score a goal in our league.
Well, I might. Who
I
knows?
I don't know if anybody else is up there that age yet. So
Yep.
we'll
So
see.
who knows? I still haven't gotten one when since I turned 60, but maybe this winter.
Maybe this winter.
Yeah.
How
And
about
if
you?
not, so what?
Yeah. How about you, Scott? Any good
Let's see a
stories?
story. Oh, geez. I played so long, there's so many. Well, I remember one time that I was playing, we were having a goalie challenge.
Ah,
And the other goalie I was going up against was way better than I was. And the one game that our team actually beat him in overtime was, from my personal thing, that was really amazing. But the next game, geez, I couldn't stop the puck if you stayed. The puck would, would fly by me. I think I gave up 8 goals in the first period. It's like, what the heck am I doing? I'm a 40-year-old guy competing against a 20-year-old guy. I'm not going to win. And I got so upset at myself. But, it's part of growing up.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun as you're getting older. I let the young people really that come out and play with us now. I let them work their butts off, and
Yeah.
I look for
Exactly.
my spots now, and I just kind of just sit back and wait. And that's, I guess, something you learn as you get older. You don't have to be out there, and you want to give it your best, but you don't have to be going at 150% all the time. You can do it at 80% and still
Yeah.
have a lot of fun.
I think we play wiser hockey.
I think so. I think we've learned. We've
yes.
learned.
I'm getting that way too. I let Josh do everything.
Yes,
basically.
I let Josh do
Hey,
all the
they
work.
got more energy than we do. Might
That's
as well.
right.
But yeah, it's super fun, and let's talk about how somebody at home can get involved in We Love to Play.
Well,
Go ahead.
we have a website, and Mike, I don't remember the name of the website. If you can
Yeah.
want to mention it.
It's all one word, all lowercase. It's welovetoplay.org. We'll put it up on the screen soon, and
Yeah. So that's probably the best place to go to get information about the program. I mean, we show up there. We show there our schedule, when we're meeting at Courage Center, what time. We typically meet from Labor Day till about the middle of November, and then we take about a 6-week break from there through Christmas time, and then we go from the first Saturday after the first of the year,
Right.
and we go through almost the middle of May.
yeah,
Right.
And we're split up into 3 sections. We do a fall,
yes,
and in the fall we usually do some wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
We'll do some touch football, a little soccer.
Soccer, yep.
But the last week we always do a floor hockey game,
Yeah.
and that seems like we get the biggest crowd for the fall. Then we do floor hockey from the 1st of January till about, I'd say the middle of March, maybe a little beyond that. And then we do wiffle ball for about 6 to 8 weeks. And that's always kind of a fun thing because our wiffle ball is probably a little more low key. And after having a high key floor hockey season, it's kind of nice to have that low keyness there. But you can go there and get all the information about when we're going to be at Courage Center, the times, and literally all you need to do is show up. And we do have a registration process that we ask you to go through, but we'll take care of it there. And then we also have a kind of a release form that we have you sign.
Yes.
And I hope I'm getting this figure right. Is it $3 a week that we charge?
I believe it's either $3 or $2, and then if you want to play all the sports in that particular season, say the hockey season, it's like $15.
So we do try to keep
Yeah.
it reasonable price. Basically what we're trying to cover with our fee is our gym costs
Yes.
Right.
and some equipment costs.
Yeah, that's and if we don't discourage from age either. You can come out 15, 16 years old, come out and see what it's like, beat up on some old guys and have some fun with it, and just also if you're not new to adapted sports, then maybe I'll help you bring in, because there is a high school league too that you can participate
Well,
in.
and-
That'll help bring in more students.
And the other thing that we're always looking for is we're looking for volunteers
Yes.
to help out each Saturday, and that might be involved helping us set up for whatever sport we're going to do that day, possibly kind of running our little mini scoreboard or helping keep the stats from that particular day.
Taping
And-
the floors.
Yep, and then at the end of the day, kind of helping us tear down again and get everything loaded into our cars. Unfortunately, we're not able to keep our equipment at the location where we play, but
Right.
we do have to bring it in and out each week. So we're also always looking for volunteers to help with that.
Definitely, yes. And to explain a little bit more, what we do is it's pickup hockey. So we'll stand in a line. We have captains. We'll pick captains throughout the week, or Charlie or Paul will pick out captains, and we'll put on pennies and we'll play for a little bit. And that's basically how it's for fun. But we do keep stats for some people who are competitive. You know.
And we've got it set up such that our periods are 15-minute periods, for example, with floor hockey. And depending on how many people we have each week, we might make you shift your players on the floor every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes. And that's so that we can get everybody into play. That's our goal, to get everybody in there.
And we also try to match up. Like if you have a slower line on one team, we try to match them up with a slower line on the other team.
Definitely.
If your abilities aren't as good as somebody else's, we try to match you up against your own ability type of playing partner.
Yeah, and we try to do that with the floor hockey and also with the soccer.
Right. And I think that makes a more fun experience.
Yep. And then with softball, if we have 30 people show up, you have 15 people on a team. You can only have 10 out in the field, but you bat all 15 people. So everybody's going to get a turn at bat. And every inning, you've got to switch so many people out in the field with people that have been sitting, and so that everybody gets in.
I will say, yeah, throughout the years, softball was kind of our maybe second sport, but it really skyrocketed this year. We had a lot
We
of
had a
people
lot of
for
participation
softball.
this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's always good to see, and seeing through the years how much we have grown.
Yes.
I think it's one because it's still a cool sport to play, but I think more people with more abilities are able to compete at that sport at a higher level.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that.
I would agree too. Yeah, because you're not as fast. If you're not as fast in hockey, you can definitely use. It's more of a mind game, more strategy game
Right.
that
Yep.
you can use
Yes.
in softball. And
Yeah.
I really like watching all the kids. I call them kids now.
For those of the people out in the community, come some Saturday during the fall or winter and see what we're all about.
Definitely.
And,
Even if you're skeptical, just come and just pop in and say hi. I'm here to watch.
Yeah, and
Yeah, just
our best recruiting tool is word of mouth.
Right.
definitely.
Letting other people know that we know out in the community about the program, urging them to come in. I know at each one of the state high school tournaments now, we love to play usually has a table there, and we hand out information to the kids that are finishing up high school about our program, inviting them to come. And we're starting to see a little bit more influx of some younger participants now, which is really exciting. Because, us older, like me, older people, there's going to be a time when it's just not going to be physically possible to do it anymore. And I don't want to see the program die, and the only way it's not going to die is as long as we keep getting this influx of younger people.
And we do have awards, and they're neat awards. They're named after some great people in our program. If you guys want to talk about some of those great people in our program.
The award's name.
You can do Rich.
Okay.
Yeah, the Richmond. Yeah.
We have a Rich Mead Award, and we hand that out. I think we only hand that out once a year.
Yes.
And I believe that one goes to a person who we think amplifies what our program is all about. Sportsmanship, good team member. It doesn't necessarily go to the best athlete.
Right.
In fact, many times it does not. Rich was a young man that I had the privilege of coaching years and years ago, who unfortunately passed on, but he loved sports. He loved participating, and he was always such a good sport and a good team member. He was all about team. And so we give that out once a year to somebody within the group. We also have a Rookie of the Year award that we give out. We also do we do a Most Improved Player? I can't remember.
We have in the past.
Yeah.
We don't do it every year,
Yeah.
but
We don't do a Most Valuable Player. We used to, because we think everybody is a Most Valuable Player.
right.
Yes. Thank you.
And I think the Rich Mead Award was an older award. I think now we have what's called the Dave Wright Award, or I think it's called Dave Wright Spirit of the Game Award.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Dave Wright played, he knew Rich Mead, and Dave Wright had passed away not too long ago, and we named the award after him.
Yes.
And it's the same as the Rich Mead Award, but with a Dave Wright's name on it.
Yeah.
Nice. Quickly before we head out, is there anything else you would like to say about the program?
I think it's a wonderful program. It's allowed me, we hear about weekend warriors. Well, I have to admit, I'm a weekend warrior now. I enjoy going out. I don't play every week. I try to help out if we need somebody to, for example, umpire the softball game. I'll umpire instead of play. Or with floor hockey, if we need somebody to officiate that week, I'll officiate instead of playing. And that's, to me, is just as important as being able to play. Because we need that. We need someone out there that makes the calls. Be it people like it or not, you still got to make the calls and follow the rules, etc. So for me, it doesn't matter if I play or if I'm helping out in that type of way.
Well, thank you. That's all the time we're going to have today. But I'd like to thank my guests, Scott Young and Paul Pranghofer. And we'd like to thank you at home for watching, and stay tuned for the next Adapted Sports Focus.